Alright, today we're going to be doing something a little different. Instead of building a combat ship, this will be a medical transport ship, and it's going to be equipped with a single Nova Galactic infirmary. And the idea is that it would be used to transport patients from wherever they need to get to, say, another planet, or from a ship back to a planet, or whatever. So I started with a Nova Galactic infirmary, 2x1, a ship bed, 200 landing bay, connected to the rear, and it's facing aft. The Kon-Tiki B 400 bridge will go on top of the infirmary. The R2000 Alpha grav drive go on top of, or behind the bridge. I used a Tokamak X 300 reactor on top of the shipbed landing bay. On the sides of the landing bay, we used Titan 550 HE tanks. And on the sides of the Tokamak reactor, we're going to connect our two White Dwarf 1020 engines. Landing gears are the Hope 6, and these are in the mid variant. Port, which is left, and starboard, which is the right side. On the front, we'll connect a Hope Tech Nose B, just for some aesthetics. On the bottom, we'll connect our slim docker to the front of the infirmary. For our shield generator, we're using a 1040A shield generator. On the nose, or on the front of the infirmary, we're going to connect these two Horizon weapons mounts. Both sides. We have a Horizon weapons mount on the sides of the grav drive. You can see I only have stuff attached to the top of the weapons mount, and that's because you can't fit anything under it. There's not enough room. But on top of the landing gear is a weapons mount. You can't put something there. And for the last piece, I use an equipment plate on top of the grav drive. And I have attached for weapons the vaporizer 35 mega electron volt proton beams. I have 3 of these. I got myself confused here. Okay, so yeah, these are the vaporizer 35 MeV proton beams, and these are the vaporizer 35 megavolt auto proton beams. And then the third weapon group is the PVO 40 auto electron beams. I had some weapons mounts up here on the top of the Kon-Tiki bridge, but I was trying to avoid using them. I'm trying to give it a clean look across the top. I'd like to get rid of this PVO 40 auto electron beam, but there's really just nowhere else to put it. I don't want to reduce the ship's firepower just for the aesthetics. So this has a 30 light year jump range, 100 mobility, the top speed is 150. It doesn't have any cargo because I came in at 423 tons of mass, and the ship mobility began to reduce at 425. So I only had 2 tons of room to play around with. I painted the ship white because medical ships used by the military are all painted white. I think it came out looking pretty good. It's a Class A ship, but it has a lot of firepower. It can hold its own in a fight. Let's take a look at it. It's a small ship, but I think it looks nice. Alright, if you come in from the rear, it goes directly into the infirmary. It has 2 beds for patients. There's a little area back here for lab tests, blood work, whatever. There's a research lab and your pharmaceutical lab. A little table over here. You got 2 lockers for storage. This is where the slim docker enters. I originally had it back here, but the ladder, this piece was sticking up right here, and it just seemed like you would have a hard time rolling these patients out on these beds with the big ladder sticking up right here, so I moved it to the side. The bridge is a Kontiki 400 bridge. Has a crew of 4. So I guess in this situation you have a pilot, maybe a co-pilot, a doctor, and maybe a med tech or nurse. The ship's not built for combat, but it's a Class A ship, and it is armed, so let's see what we can do with it. If I can find my planet. There it is. Now, because it's Class A, it has a relatively weak shield, so you really have to be careful.
The great serpent demands blood! The structure holds! Keep fighting!
See, it can hold its own in a fight. I don't know if I want to take on 4 at the same time.
You have met your doom!
Grab drive lost. This ends here. The engines are down.
Come on.
Get those engines back.
The idea is to keep boosting and so they can't target lock me.
Lost the shield! Great serpents, protect us!
Yeah, works out pretty good. Let's take a look at it. So right now there's no practical application for having an infirmary on your ship, but hopefully the Bethesda will add missions or some kind of use for infirmaries or armory. Oh, not armories. The brigs would be nice for bounty hunting. But I think this is a very sleek-looking small ship. I'm happy with it. All right, thanks.